Hello and welcome to another episode of Chip Talk, a channel where I talk about unique chip flavors and where you might buy them for yourselves. Today we have another assortment of unique chip flavors from various brands. Starting from my left to right, we have Calbee. Last week I reviewed roasted leek flavor. Today we have its brother, the roasted onion flavor. We have Doritos 3D. It's sort of got like this 3D triangle shape to it, so I bet the textures are going to taste a little different. We have two Cheeto brands here, two Cheeto flavors here. One is steak, and the other one is a roasted turkey. In the back over here, we have a spicy seaweed from a company named Kuai. Very interesting name. And then finally, we have a more North American brand, as we all know, Lays, with Magic Masala. It's a new flavor, so we're going to try that out today. So stay tuned. So starting off with the Calbee flavor roasted onion, this is what the packaging looks like. I'm sure it's going to taste very similar to last week's roasted leek, maybe more of an onion flavor. So we'll open it up now. Similar to the leek flavor, there's a very strong smell of onion. Pretty good chip to bag ratio. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5. I'm actually excited to try it out. Let's take a look at a chip. Pretty standard. It's kind of got this like airy texture to it. Like you're biting into air a little bit, so it's not that crunchy. There is a lot of onion flavor, and I do like it. For those who know me, I actually don't like onions. Like the texture of it is, when I was growing up, I just didn't like eating onions, and I still don't like eating onions too much. But the flavor is fine for me because I'm not eating the real vegetable. But yeah, these are pretty good. First impressions, pretty good. Would I buy again? Probably. This actually comes in a bigger bag as well, but I opted for the smaller one just so I can test it out. Maybe I won't like it. I just bought the smaller bag. It is what it is. Yeah, I quite like it. Overall rating, probably get it a 4 out of 5. And I already mentioned I would buy it again. So look for this one at your local H Mart, which is where I found it. Next we have the Doritos 3D Crunch. I bought this at any grocery store. Like I bought this specifically at Superstore, but I've already saw this while grocery shopping throughout the week at any grocery store. Price Smart, Save On, Superstore. So when I bought this, I was like, it oddly looks familiar to Bugles. And if anyone's ever had that, it's like this like corn chip that's shaped like a cone. And if you had any fun as a child, you would have done what I did and put each cone on each finger and kind of played with it and eat it as you go. If you didn't, please go back in time and relive your childhood. But yeah, when I first bought these, I was like, these look oddly familiar to Bugles, and I hypothesized that they're going to actually taste quite similar. So I reviewed the chip to bag ratio is about half, so I'm just going to give it a 3 out of 5. Crunch, we'll see, and first impressions. So I do like the flavor. It's like a chili cheese. It's got a nice little cheese and spice to it, so good first impression there. It does taste like a Bugle, but I don't believe Bugles ever did a chili cheese sort of flavor, so points to Doritos for doing that. I did buy the smaller bag. I don't know if it comes with a big bag, but I'm sure it does, considering it's Doritos. Sorry. Crunch, because it gave me that nostalgic feel of a Bugle, and it's quite crunchy. I would probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. Would I buy it again? Yes. However, note that this is a limited edition. I don't know if they will deploy this in mass. Usually when they do flavors like these, they just test the market, see if it does good. If it does good, that's when they'll kind of release bigger batches. But find this at your local superstore or any grocery store, to be honest. Next we'll do the Cheetos. So Cheetos, or on the back of the label, it actually says corn strips. This is the steak flavor. So the chip to bag ratio about 3 out of 5, just because it's only about half. It looks very underwhelming, and similar to the previous week's episodes, any of these Cheeto flavors, I know that the crunch is going to be a little bit softer. It's not like your typical spicy Cheetos where the crunch is really there, especially coming from a corn chip. But yeah. So there is kind of like a sweet tone to it, which I don't usually get from my burgers. If you're roasting your burgers or grilling your burgers with sugar, why? And just as I suspect, it's not that crunchy. So crunch is probably going to 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 on the crunch factor. Do I like it? It's different. Would I buy it again? Maybe not. No. Next up we have Cheetos. Roasted turkey. Got the little turkey legs. It's kind of cool that Cheetos is doing different flavors like these. I'll open the bag up. What the Cheetos look like. Chip to bag ratio is just about half as well. Probably give it a 3 out of 5. This one looks like a good one here. I think that's what a roasted turkey leg tastes like. I haven't had one in a while, but when I did have one, I guess I would devour it a lot faster. I can't really tell if this tastes like a roasted turkey leg. It does taste good. Yeah, tastes like salty turkey leg. First impressions, I don't really know if I'm tasting a turkey leg. Would I buy it again? Probably similar to the other Cheetos bag. Probably not. It's kind of interesting. Next we have this Kuai corn snack, spicy seaweed. I picked this up because it looks really interesting. I like seaweed. I like spice, so why not? It's got little like fishies. I don't know if that's intentional. Let's try this guy out. Apparently I can't open bags. Oh, they're much smaller than I thought. That's what the chip looks like. It's kind of small. I think it's very underwhelming. It just tastes like spiced seaweed. I don't know. It's not that great. I probably wouldn't buy it again. And the crunch is probably just a 3 out of 5. Nothing special. It's like a little bit crunchier than those Cheetos, but if you're looking for a good crunchy chip, this is not your bet. I just bought it because, again, I thought seaweed and spice, 2 things that I like. I would like it, but I'll probably finish the bag, but I probably wouldn't buy it again. And last but not least, we've got the Magic Masala Lays. So there's, for those I guess who are not too familiar, there's a bit of chili, there's some peppercorns, and there's some garlic. Interesting. Let's see how this is going to taste. Made in Canada. Flavors from India. Interested about this. Oh, there's a strong smell. That's what a chip looks like. Smells really good. Hope it tastes really good. 4 out of 5 on that crunch. You definitely taste. You taste the garlic. You taste kind of like the peppercorns, and there's a small hint of a chili kick in there. It's good. I would buy this again. And the crunch was 4 out of 5. I mentioned that. And I found this at Superstore. Again, another typical. You can find this at any grocery store that you go to. Probably not like a TNT or like a H Mart or Sun Given Foods, but any North American grocery you'd be able to find this in. Yeah. That concludes this episode, or episode 3 of Chip Talk. thank you so much for tuning in. If you did stay to the very end, thank you so much. I'm doing this honestly for fun, and if I don't do this, it's kind of a slap in my face. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you like the video, please like the video. It'll encourage me to keep going. If you don't like it, tell me you don't like it too. Like, honestly, do it. This week's winner, roasted onion. I like it. Very similar to, I think last week's winner was the roasted leek as well. So it's not a surprise that I like the onion one too. It's just funny that like the friends that will know me, they'll be like, Curtis, you don't even like onions. Yeah, I don't like the vegetable, but I like the flavor. Like the video.